Discover the best in local business news with a subscription to the IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. For a limited time, try us out for just $1 a week for 8 weeks. Claim this limited time offer now at ibj.com/trial offer.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. I'm Alex Brown. For the 39th consecutive year, the NFL Scouting Combine is underway in downtown Indianapolis. The 5-day event is expected to draw some 30,000 people to Indy and generate up to $10 million in economic impact. Indiana Sports Corp President Patrick Talty says there's no better place for the event.
Really, when the NFL made it a public-facing event, that's really when we went to work, and we made sure that we have a great fan experience, but we're also now thinking a lot about how do we make that player and the athlete experience great. We have all of the pieces in place, and I think we'll be able to continue to compete well because of our partnership with IU, with the Convention Center, with Lucas Oil Stadium, Visit Indy, the Colts, and us. We all come together, and we're able to put on a really great show for all the fans that come around.
Talty said he plans to meet with NFL executives this week to boost Indy's shot at hosting a future NFL draft. The Indiana House gave an enthusiastic show of support Tuesday to use public funding for a new stadium in Hammond that would play host to the Chicago Bears. The House passed Senate Bill 27 by a vote of 95-4 to create a state board to finance bonds to build a new stadium where the NFL team would play its home games. The bill heads back to the Senate for final approval. St. Louis-based Azuria Water Solutions is adding to its portfolio with the acquisition of Infrastructure System, a water and sewer pipeline rehabilitation company headquartered in the Orange County town of Orleans. Azuria is not disclosing the financial terms of the acquisition. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader.
Over the objections of 2 state senators from the area, the Indiana Senate narrowly passed legislation Tuesday that would open up the bidding for a $500 million casino in Northeast Indiana. IIB's Aubriana Herron has more.
House Bill 1038 has seen significant changes from its original version, but as it heads back to the House for a concurrence vote, the bill would leave the state's least profitable casino, the Rising Star Casino Resort in Rising Sun, in place and open up the bidding for a new casino license in Allen, DeKalb, or Steuben counties. The bill does not technically expand the total number of gaming licenses in Indiana, as it cancels a currently unused off-track horse racing license while adding an 11th brick-and-mortar casino. Companies all across the United States would be eligible to bid for the right to operate the new casino. The winning bidder would have to pay a $150 million application fee and invest at least $500 million into the casino. Senators Liz Brown and Tyler Johnson, who both represent districts where the casino could go, opposed the bill because it doesn't require a public referendum to pass before the Indiana Gaming Commission can approve a licensing for gaming in the county. Brown filed an amendment to make a referendum required, but she says Senate leadership told her not to call it up for a vote. Johnson says that direction was given because Senate leaders are afraid a referendum wouldn't pass in Allen or DeKalb counties. Previous versions of the bill also included Wayne County as a possible casino site, but that language was taken out in the Senate Appropriations Committee. Aubriana Herron, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Elkhart-based Renegade RV has completed an 81,000 square foot expansion of its manufacturing operations in Elkhart County, increasing production capacity by 28% as demand grows in the Class C motorhome segment. The expansion adds a third assembly building, growing the company's dedicated production facilities in Bristol. Renegade RV did not disclose its financial investment in the expansion. The company employs more than 200 workers in Elkhart County, and it was not immediately clear if any new jobs are being created. Check out the latest episodes of the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now on the IBJ Media app or your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
From broadcast to podcast, Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick is now available anytime on YouTube or in your podcast feed. Subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcast or at ibjpodcast.com.
Want to give your team a real edge? The IBJ Group Plan delivers unlimited access to every story, every report, every video from IBJ and Inside Indiana Business for your whole team. Cover some or all of your employees with one simple payment. The more you add, the more you save. It's smart, it's flexible, and it saves you up to 30% off the standard rate. Already have IBJ subscribers in your office? Group up and save big. Learn more and get started now at ibj.com/group-plan.